am I the asshole for not being able to see myself settling down with my girlfriend? And Sean, you're up.
Yeah, I think it is me. You are an asshole if you're still sticking with her.
Just really
after coming
her
upon that realization. It's kind of hard with just the title, but I guess that's the name of the game here.
It is, yeah.
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
I'm going to hope that you realized it and that you are figuring out how to break the news after you're done typing this on Reddit. It sounds ridiculous, and I feel like I should go the other way.
I'm going to go opposite again and go, yes, you're the asshole. Because I feel like it's one of those situations where like you probably built in like a resentment towards your girlfriend, but you're not, you don't have the, I hate saying like you don't have the balls to say it, but you're just staying for the sake of staying. So you're kind of just leaving them on a hook. So
I see.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm going to say yes, the asshole.
All right. I like both of your reasonings. This could easily end this. I was going to say the season, but the month. I guess that is technically a season.
Oh, yeah, for sure. John is right on this one. Then it's who gives a fuck what I have to say.
Again,
I said maybe. I said
once
maybe.
if like whoever's going to fill in for me in the next couple of weeks just completely tanks the episode, I could still lose, Sean.
It's going to be Ringo.
Fuck.
Another did not answer. So that goes to you, Sean, automatically.
Damn.
She's sleeping in the back. All right. So let's see if Sean is correct this one. I, 29 male, have been in a relationship with my girlfriend, 28 female, for 5 years. We've had discussions about our future goals, including settling down, having children, and other similar aspects. Initially, we were both on the same page. I believe she was the one for me. However, lately, I've been feeling a sense of boredom and monotony in our relationship. Our sex life is great. She's a wonderful cook, and she's objectively attractive. There isn't anything inherently wrong in our relationship, but the thought of being stuck in a repetitive routine is becoming overwhelming for me. Additionally, 3 of her close friends are either engaged or married, and she keeps pressuring me about when we'll take that step. I'd been contemplating ending the relationship because I found it increasingly difficult to pretend that everything was fine. However, last week she told me that she had taken 3 different pregnancy tests, all which came back positive.
Ooh.
To say that I was mortified would be an understatement. Despite my best efforts to conceal my reaction, she could tell that something was off. She asked me how I felt about the situation, and I must admit that my choice of words could have been better.
Oh, no.
Oh, I asked her if abortion was an option, which caught her off guard. The following 2 minutes were, by the way, that's not what you do. You go, what do you want to do? Pro-choice advocates here. You let the woman in the relationship be like, this is what I feel comfortable doing. And you go, all right, that's what we're doing.
I'll support it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can, I mean, if you really are in like a terrible position and you're like, I don't think it's a good idea, you can voice those opinions. But in the end of the day, it's her decision.
But also probably like in a better way than
in that. Yeah.
our abortions on
Straight
the
up,
table.
yeah.
right off the bat. Hey, what do you think about abortion? It's like, not the greatest first thing to come out with.
Yeah, considering they've been together for a long time, they
5 years,
I mean, in
yeah.
the girl's mind's probably just like, oh shit, like there's nothing inherently wrong with our relationship. Maybe this is like the next step from here.
True. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it would definitely catch her off guard.
Yeah.
The following 2 minutes were filled with an uncomfortable silence. After that, she got up and left the apartment. Since then, she hasn't spoken to me at all, and I assume that she's considering breaking up with me. Meanwhile, her friends and family have been calling me names, but I have chosen to ignore them, as their opinion hold no significance to me, since they aren't directly involved in the situation.
So you go on Reddit to get other people's opinions.
Random people's opinions.
Interesting.
Despite me feeling free and so much better now that we aren't together anymore, I still can't help but thinking I might be the asshole. So am I the asshole?
So I was like sort of rocking with him, not loving it, but like sort of can see where he's coming from until the just immediate. So abortion, like that's like, okay, I get it. You're getting close to, engagement. Things are starting to feel real. You get cold feet. That happens. And then you've already, you explain that, you were thinking of ways to break up. That being said, once that news gets dropped, you got to be a little bit more sensitive on the topic, because obviously this is a decision that involves both of you. Like, it's not like you didn't play a part in that pregnancy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a responsibility.
50-50, baby.
Yeah. So I was like so close, and I gotta go. Yeah, you're the asshole on this one. Because like Josh said, when that situation happens, even if that's not like, if it's a surprise or whatever, you gotta be like, okay, well, you gotta get a grip on how she's feeling about it and like what she wants to do before you even bring up anything about, anything. Surprises are surprises. Of course, sometimes you don't react the best in the heat of the moment, but you gotta imagine, like, if you're scared, imagine how she feels. Her body is about to fucking get
drastically changed
for 9 months. Her life is changed for better and worse. Every mother I know is, and TikTok moms always like, it's simultaneously the worst and best thing that's ever happened. So it's a huge shift, and to not even like see how she's feeling about the situation is pretty bad. Is not good. That out.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah,
shitty.
Just immediately being like, so abortion is just so terrible.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Sean. Like, I was actually willing to take an L, like, based on the first few like sentences, because some people are just not made for long-term relationships. Like, some people want to choose to. Maybe he has like a different set of ideals in terms of relationship. Maybe monogamy is not for him, but
yeah, because I mean, he was like, being stuck in a repetitive routine. I was like, I fucking love routine.
Same. That's
like,
me.
This is nice for me with the right person.
Exactly. And for some people, that's not the case, And but I think I'm also going to kind of stick with the thing that I said earlier, like that. I feel like he just left her on the hook, because it seemed like when this news dropped that she was pregnant, all of a sudden, like, he wanted an abortion off the bat. I feel like there was zero communication whatsoever, that he was feeling some sort of way like, hey, I don't think this can progress. So he was putting a facade the whole time and saying like, oh yeah, everything is fine and dandy. Like, we're good. We're Gucci. And, she was probably excited at the thought of having a kid, because they've discussed marriage. They've discussed having families in the future. So like, in a way, she had like some sort of like, oh, hey, this is nice. This is the next step for us. And for him to just pull that off in that instance and kind of just insensitive about it, like, hey, abortion, right?
Yeah.
That just makes him a complete asshole. Like, but I agree completely with Sean in the beginning. Like, hey, I was rocking with you at first as well. Cause at the end of the day, if that's not your thing, that's not your thing. So, but everything else proceeding after that just makes him a big dick.
Yeah. And I don't even necessarily think he was stringing her along, to be honest. We don't know like when the feelings of like, this might not be it.
Yeah, because that thing doesn't just happen instantaneous. You know what I mean? Like, you all of a sudden feel like, I really don't want to be with this person. There has to be like steps for you to realize that, this ain't for me. And immediately, once you, not even just necessarily the first step you feel that way, or the first instance, maybe the third or the fourth or the fifth time, you have to communicate that shit off the bat. Because other than that, you're just giving that person false hopes that it's going to lead to something else.
Yeah. Or at least stop having unprotected sex if that's what you're doing.
That too.
That's
not a good idea. That's also where I think he's kind of, shot himself in the foot and kind of is an asshole. Like, not a great idea to be doing that. I don't know. You should have manned up a while ago and been like, hey, this is kind of what I'm feeling. It sounds like you had open discussions before about, like you said, future and settling down and stuff like that. So if you were having concerns, you got to bring
communicated that
as early as you can. Yeah. And like you said, we don't know the timeline, so it could have been very recent, or he could be justifying his douchebaggery after the fact. Who knows, right?
Yeah. He could have gotten her pregnant and then was like, I've been thinking about breaking it off for a long time.
The whole time I didn't actually want this.
So that's true too.
Justifying to Reddit. Also, as John said, wild that you're like, I don't care what my friends and family say, but I care about what these random strangers online say. Insane. Expert in fucking, I don't know.
Great power. For the fifth time, it's your boy Sean.